Hi all! I don't know if you got the theme already, but we're doing the 12 days of Christmas and today is day 5. So we've got 5 Procreate tips. So I hope you find this video helpful for all you digital artists or beginners, and don't forget to leave a like or share. So I was trying to think of some topics that I wish that I knew as a beginner to Procreate. Well, I'm still a beginner, but when I first started using Procreate, and my number one would have to be clipping mask. So clipping mask will recolour or draw on top of anything that's already there. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to draw a circle, and then I'm just going to fill said circle. Now this gives me somewhere to draw on when I start my clipping mask. So to do a clipping mask, you create a new layer, you click on the name of the layer, and you click clipping mask. Then change the colour to whatever colour you want it to be. I'm going to go to my airbrush, and then I'm just going to start. As you can see, I can't draw anywhere else on the page. It will show up if you looked at the layer preview, but I can only draw in the area that's been drawn on the layer below. This is really helpful for things like shadows and shading. Now, as you can see, if I go back to the layer below, click onto layer 2. The way I like to see it is it's like masking tape. So tip number 2 is going to be Gaussian Blur. If you've watched any of my time lapses, you'll know that I use this one quite a lot. But Gaussian Blur is very useful to, well, essentially blur all of the colours on the page together. So I find it quite helpful for my landscape tutorials. So everything on that layer will get blurred. First thing you do is you click the magic wand that's found up here in the top left hand corner, and you click onto Gaussian Blur, and you've got 2 options: click layer or click pencil. Okay, so number 3 is going to be reflection. If you watch my time lapses, you'll find that I do this quite a lot when I'm doing seascapes. I'll just draw a quick circle that I'm going to use to be reflected. Actually, I want it blue. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate that layer, move the bottom one down, but have it touching the top one a little. Then I'm going to create a layer between those 2 layers, and then create a reflecting surface on top. So I'm just going to do this one black. Gaussian Blur. Then I'm going to go back to my bottom layer and take off a bit of the top of it. Then I'm going to turn the opacity down. So you do that by clicking the N, turning the opacity down, and then depending on what it's reflecting off, so if it's reflecting off water, I would click on the magic wand again, or the adjustments tool, and I'd click on motion blur and just use my slider again, the same concept as you do with Gaussian Blur. I'd use my slider to slide across the screen to get it to the right consistency that I'd want it. Click off the magic wand, or if you wanted it to be a solid surface, then you would just play around just slightly with the perspective blur, so the edges blur a little bit. The next one's going to be a quick one. So this is number 4, and this is to select multiple layers and move multiple layers at the same time without merging them together. Now, when you need to move something around, the last thing you'd want to do is to have to move everything that you've created, or the whole image, separately. So just undo all of that. What you can do is slide from left to right on the layers that you'd like to move, click on your arrow tool, and you can adjust all of the layers that you've selected at the same time. Okay, so the last one is going to be fingertips. So, as you may have noticed throughout this tutorial, I've been using my hands to undo. So to undo using your fingers, you just do a 2-finger tap. Now, 3 fingers, if you select using the arrow at the top left hand corner what is on your page, and you use 3 fingers to slide down, you can copy or duplicate, cut and paste, or just paste. And with 4 fingers, if you do a 4-finger tap, then it will give you a full canvas and get rid of your ribbon at the top of your page. And then you just click at the top left hand corner to bring everything back again. Okay, so we're going to merge everything that we've done today.